Hi guys, this is Ranger Gaming. Welcome to another episode of Railway Empire. This time we'll be playing Chapter 4. I'm sorry, Campaign 4 in the scenario in the campaign series. And as always, I would like to split this up into maybe 2 or 3 chapters. I'm not sure exactly how many. We'll take it played by ear essentially. So this is one of the difficult ones. There's a couple of the first couple of goals are really hard, um, and they need to be met if you're going to try get the president's medal. Essentially, right? We are going to play in Trainiac mode, which gives us a bonus, but we still need to achieve the golden checks. I think if we want to get the president's medal. So let's give this a shot. So campaign 4, as you can see, I've already marked it once. It took a few attempts before I was able to get there. And there's a strategy you kind of have to play, otherwise it's really difficult in Trainiac mode. So let's see if we can do this. Trainiac, realistic, and off we go.
Who don't have a clue about how this business works.
So basically what we need to do is, there's a lot of existing track which I typically like to clear off, and then build our own. But I think the quickest way to get this is to use what's there, at least in the beginning, right? Then we'll figure it out. So I was able to get the President's Medal, but I lost a little bit in one of the last missions because it's a pretty hard mission as well. So I'm going to try to avoid that mistake that I made. I think I know what I did wrong. I'm going to try to avoid that and see if I can get 100% rating. So, or at least the top level rating. So. Alright, there's going to be less talking because, like I said, the first couple of missions are really time sensitive. So usually I like to delete stuff, but I'm going to use the existing stations. So we'll destroy part of it. And we'll do that.
I'm firmly convinced that Lincoln will put a quick end to the conflict between the northern and southern states. But we must be prepared for everything. So, you must take your tasks very seriously.
So we'll delete just this.
First of all, the Southerners need to realize that it would be wrong to bring the Union into question. For this reason, you should tend to Louisville and construct a weapons factory there. In this way, we'll have a good support near the border if the worst comes to the worst.
So we're going to get beer from here, meat from here, because as you can see, this is the meat industry. So we'll first get meat in there just to grow the city really fast, okay? So let's do this. And the reason I deleted the second track here is because if we don't delete this, if we don't delete them, the bridge is going to be all off, right? So I want these two tracks to go together as part of this bridge. So let's do it like this, and then like that. Actually, we can even do it to this track, number 2 track, and then minimize the slope, construct that, and then essentially double track this. So if we try to do the mission like we normally do, I think what will happen is we'll run out of time. See, we're already in December and we are nowhere near started yet, right? So we'll just do this really quick. Hopefully I don't have to restart the mission because I don't get a golden check, but I'm going to set up a train from here to here, automatic. Let's do 2 trains, and then we can do 2 more from here to here, automatic, and then we'll do that. And then we also need to get beer in, right? So we can get beer from Cleveland. What I can do is set up a train station here, like this. Oops, no, like this. And then essentially run the lines down to here. I deleted the couple of warehouses that were there, just to make it easier. And then, but we'll just double track this all the way across. This is the strategy that I decided to use, and like I said, in the mock it worked out well, so I'm just going to continue to use this. The quickest way to grow is to get beer and meat to these cities, right? So I'm just going to set up a couple of beer lines from here to here. As you can see, we're getting beer down, and then 2 more trains from here to here the other way. This should get passengers. Okay. Now, now we need to grow this city. Really, we are in a rush. We are in a time crunch. We're already in January and we're nowhere close to growing the city yet. So, right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build the weapons factory that they need first. The problem is if you don't put it in the right spot, you'll cause yourself all kinds of headache. So I'm just going to do that here, out of the way. And then what we'll do is we'll put a big warehouse with signaling controls. As you can see, we are kind of at the border of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get everything that we need. So we can get logs. This is, what is this? So the first thing we need to do is get logs in here, and then we can get corn. We can get these 2 which we need for the weapons. And then we'll figure out, I think we might be able to get veggies and milk, right? So those are all the things that this city needs to grow. So let's just add these to the warehouse first. Man, this Trainiac mode is really... Okay, so I'm not going to get grain yet. I'm going to get corn, I'm going to get logs. I'm going to get milk, veggies, oops, not this, veggies, and then the 2 materials that we need for the weapons, okay? So max these out. And then we'll start to build train stations. Why is this train not loading? Oh, this city grew. Perfect. Already. Look at that. Okay. So, and as soon as the trains start arriving, this city should start to grow. So, I'm going to build the train stations that we need. We can even get sugar in here if you want, but we can get it from the other side. Okay, so 1, and then 2, 3, okay, and then we get 4. We can get logs again. We don't need logs again. So let's run these lines first to the warehouse. This is with signaling control, so we can just run them straight through. Okay, so 1, and let's double track this back. Okay, put our signals in, and then we can run a couple of trains. 1, we'll do freight only, run them full to here, and then 2 trains. Okay, so then we'll do the same thing to corn. Okay, come on. Okay, so what I'm going to do is run corn into here, and then run double track that one. See, these are automatic signaling controls, so we really don't need to do much in terms of setting these up on this end, on the warehouse end, because it'll automatically do that for us. So freight, run them full down to here, there. And then, so as you can see, the goal is to get 60,000 in Louisville, and then 1 load of weapons. So we already have the weapons factory, so we can run these 2, and then we can get milk in here. That'll give us okay. Actually, I can run it over into here. So I think, yeah, like that. And then we can get it right down to here so that it minimizes obstructions. and then like okay, and then into here. Get signals in like that and like that. This is really close, but that's okay. We'll just run one train. So from here to here, freight, run them full like so. Okay, now we have the three things, right? We need these two as well, so we can run these as separate lines. Okay, let's run track first. Okay, like that. This is a longer line. Okay, and then we'll scoot that in like that. Okay, and we'll get that into here. Okay, set up our signals. I'm not doing the supply towers yet, but I will for these lines because otherwise they'll start to yell. So freight from here to here, run full, and then that we'll get two of these lines. We might have to increase that later, but that's okay for now. And then we can bring the Franklin pit line into here as well. So we'll just do that right there. And scoot that into there. Signals. Okay, and then so you can see it's already screaming that it doesn't have enough supply towers. So we'll just put a couple of supply towers in there. 1 and 2, and this will need a supply tower right about there. Can add a couple of trains. 1, 2, freight, run full. Okay, and then run a second line. So that should get us. So we're at 58,000. We should meet this goal because if we do it by June 30th, I believe we'll achieve the golden check mark. So express line in danger, whatever. Okay, so now we can run con into here as well, but we don't need to. We're already running con, so I'm going to delete that line. Okay, now we can run logs. We need logs for the weapons as well. So what I'm going to do is run lines from here to here. So let's run a second line. Okay, like so, and get it into there.
Do not blaze up into the north, and we will do something about it.
And what I'm going to do is run signals.
Has reached a considerable size. This has made the city a strategically important point in the war, as goods can be delivered efficiently to the front line from here.
And then we'll take. We need to set up. Supplies for these, for raw materials, right? But we will. And then we'll do from here to here, automatic. Run 2 lines there. That should take care of the passengers, okay? So now what I'm going to do is, okay, so just put supply towers where we need them. I think we are all on track. See, we're already at 60,000 here. And we are supplying materials for all the weapons factory, right? We just sent the
Raging south of Louisville. We have to push back the Confederate troops. Until that happens, you won't
iron,
be able to expand the rail network in that
and we need chemicals, but then the chemicals need coal, right? We are supplying that as well, and we have a chemical factory in here. So let's get that express train, and then I'm going to put all the supply towers we need. So I'm going to do 1 there. 1 there. We need 1 over here. We already have 1 there. It might not be enough. We might have to get 2. Okay, come on. There. We have 1 there, 1 there, and we need 1 over here. We need another 1 over here. Okay, so we need to supply these raw materials.
able to intervene in the battles indirectly at least. Remember to expand the factory
So you can
if
see,
necessary to increase
right?
its production.
We have a year to transport these weapons.
We've
So
driven back the Confederate troops. Now we need to advance, and for that, we need to be able to deliver supplies. Your task
So
now is to expand the rail network into the south as quickly as possible. Incorporate the existing lines into it. Tennessee is strategically crucial for the further course of the war. We've established military camps in Nashville and Memphis. Deliver weapons to them, and do so as quickly as you can.
okay, so there's a little trick to this, right? So it says, okay, so we deleted all the trail stations, right? It says you can do deliver to Nashville and Memphis, right? But you only need to, it doesn't say which towns, it just said towns, right? So technically you can deliver all 12 to one town and satisfy this request, right? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do Memphis. So we'll just build a train station quickly here. Like so. Now here, remember, this warehouse doesn't have any more room, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a small warehouse right here, and we should be able to squeeze that in. Can we? Boy, no. Shoot, I think putting the industry there really messed this up. Dang it. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to build a train station with signaling control right there, because we have enough room for that. I'm just going to run the line from there. I think that should do it. So what I'm going to do is run a line from the inside like this. It's going to be a slightly expensive line because of the bridge, but that's okay. It's going to be a pretty expensive line. Not too bad.
When the war broke out, there was no time to lose. Shortly before that, I had opened my own bank in Philadelphia. And so important politicians leapt right at me to finance the war with treasury notes.
Okay, this should
Now
do
it is
it.
said that he who buys treasury notes proves he is a true patriot. 2,500 workers are in my service, selling them throughout the land.
Okay.
This is also my service to our
So
country.
we have a promote. Okay, so we have a whole bunch
Even
of
if we are in
guys.
the
Let's
midst of the
hire these
turmoil of
guys.
war, we cannot forget that it will one day be over. And then we will work together with the southern states and be a whole once again. Our
So we need-
president will do it. Of
We need to
that
grow.
I'm
Oh my
sure.
God! Shut up. We need to grow. We need to grow Louisville because we need passengers, right? So let's just promote Louisville, and we will do the same thing later. KL Louisville. Okay. So so we ran a line now to this place. So let's just double track this, and then I'm going to put a supply tower here. Okay, so what we need to do is run a couple of lines from here, not from 2 to this. We'll run it freight only because we want to do only weapons. We don't want chemicals, we don't want, right? So we'll run it full, and we'll run it to this place. If you want, on the way back, you can bring back passengers, but that's okay, right? So we just need to deliver 12 and we should be good to go. Okay, and pretty soon you'll see I'm going to destroy this track because we need to deliver to other places, and I'm not going to wait, and I'm not going to keep running this track for no reason. Like I said, this is a tough mission. This is my way of doing it. I'm sure other people have other ideas, but so in the meantime, what I'm going to do is get to the express train. I think we need to get there. So let's just build. This is 43%. This is 69. This is way better. Okay, locomotives, we're going to buy a lot of trains. We'll do that. In the meantime, what I'm also going to do is I'm going to get to this part, which is giving us revenue for, we have a lot of cargo. So we'll just max out our points, passengers. Okay, so we'll do this one, and then we'll go back and we'll do locomotives, power, we can do later. Okay, and then I'm going to get the express locomotive. Okay, so we will also get this because I think this is really nice, faster. Okay, so so the first train should be heading out shortly. There we go. The second one will be fine. So this is still growing, which is nice. We can put another factory in here. So we are sending logs, so we might as well put a sawmill here. If we do a sawmill here, yeah, we are going to grow this anyway. So why don't I just put a sawmill here, right? So that's good. So we can put another factory here. So this is why creating accounting comes into play, I think. This nicely. Okay. So we'll also do this just to prevent some breakdowns. We'll do maintenance buildings here and in Louisville as well. We have money. Money is not an issue at all. All right. So now we need to supply these places with whatever they need, right? So let's do that. This place is growing as well nicely. It's going to require a new industry. So now let's build a second train station here. Actually, let's do a regular train station because we will run a line as well to grow this city. So let's run from here down to this place right here, right? So what I'm going to do is run a small train station like this. Okay, and then attach these two lines and then double track it like that. Supply signals and then a supply tower. Okay, so this is important, so we'll just run full freight only, go to here, add a locomotive. We'll just get the dragon, and we'll get a stoker for this. Okay, we'll do 2 trains. Now it's also important for us to get this to this place. Get grain here, right? Because grain is one of the main ingredients. So let's just get that as well while we're at it. Go here, and then we'll just sneak that right in here, right before the supply tower. And like that. Okay, so there's a connection bonus to this city, and we'll take advantage of that in a minute. So first things first, let's run the freight line, grain, run full. We'll run, I think we'll run 2 lines, so maybe 3 lines here. Dragon, 2 and 3. Okay, because this is it's going to require a lot. Now, if you connect Toledo, this is a beer meat line. So if we connect Toledo to what's this, Cleveland, that's a good revenue generation line, right? So we're going to run that. We'll double track that. Okay, we'll do signals. We'll do a supply tower. Run a line from here to here, automatic. Dragon, copy that, and we'll run a couple of lines from here to here, automatic. Copy
Sometimes
that.
I find the enthusiasm with which our compatriots invest in the war abominable. But if they didn't,
Okay.
we would be doomed.
So we are already at 8 here, so we are only in 1861, so we should be good. Okay, now we ran 4 lines here. Now, if you put another train station here, we can get this cattle into this place, right? So both the cities will grow nicely. Okay, so we'll do that. And we delivered grain for the beer and cattle for the meat. That's perfect. That should give us a whole bunch of revenue. And if you remember, we also have the bonus for transporting, and there is another one we can get as well later. Another bonus for the transportation, and I'll show you that in a minute. So we'll run freight lines, run full. We can do 2 of these. I think 2 should be good. Okay, so this will grow now. So no suitable freight. I don't know why there's no suitable freight here. Why? Because it has too much. 6.1. Why no suitable freight? It's using everything. It has a whole bunch of stock. That's why. All right, that's fine. Now, remember, there's another thing. We are running meat from here, right? So we need to supply meat here. And then if you connect this to a beer place, this town will grow as well, right? And as you can see, we have grain that we can supply to Columbia and meat we can supply to Louisville, St. Louis rather. Sorry. So let's just do that. So this already has a second track, and then let's put a beer industry in Columbia. And then let's put a couple of train stations here. So first things first, we need to connect St. Louis with Columbia. So small train station. Okay, so like that, I think.
Knoxville and Jackson can now be reached. Connect them to your rail network as quickly as
Knoxville.
possible and deliver weapons to the cities. It won't be long now until the
Oh.
fighting flares up there.
Okay, so another 12 weapons to Knoxville.
Stations in Chicago, St. Louis, and Columbia. For this
And
reason, the number of passengers to Knoxville and Jackson has increased. Make sure they all arrive on time.
all right, so we have Knoxville and Jackson, 12 weapons each. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to waste. Okay, so once this train reaches here, I'm going to kill this track. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to destroy this train. It's going empty anyway, so let's just destroy this. Let's kill this track. We don't need this anymore. Again, this is the way I play. Doesn't mean this is right or wrong. I just like to play it like this. I feel this gives us a better option, right? We don't really need these cities for anything other than delivering weapons. So I don't see the need to waste money and time growing these cities. So I'm just going to use this train station to connect back to here, and then I'll have another line coming to Knoxville, right? So what I'm going to do is run the Knoxville one first from here. Okay, so like that. Like
Granted,
that.
I'm profiting from the war, but that's
Like
the way
that.
the Treasury bill business is. Our side
Like
is
that.
winning thanks to this, and there's also a little something in it for me.
That's not too bad. And then I'm going to run another line from here to here. Okay, come on. What's going on? Why is it not running? Okay, there we go. Like that. And we'll double track this. Okay. Expensive line, but we'll reuse this line for something else later, as you'll see. Okay, so that's that. Tailors, we don't need that. Okay, so let's just put some supply towers here and here, and then we'll say set up a rail line to go from here, not from the warehouse, I'm sorry, trash that. We'll just go to the second train station from where we connected. We can run. Okay, so what we'll do is from Louisville, what we want is weapons. Don't take anything else other than weapons, because we need that. Like I said, that's a mission, right? So let's run it full. Go down to Knoxville, and on the way back you can pick up whatever you want. You can pick up passengers if you like. Okay, so let's just do that. Go here. We'll do the are we not there yet? Okay, so increase transportation from mail. So we'll just add the dragon. We'll add a security guard. Okay, so you can see it's already loading, right? These guys require 12. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run the second line, and once these trains come back, I'm going to run them. So we have until 63. We have over a year, right? So that's fine. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to run. We ran one line here. Let this line do the work, okay? So what I'm going to do then is, in the meantime, is run a second line from here. Go down through this valley, and then down to Jackson. Okay, so 340 is not bad at all. I think there's a couple of bridges that we don't need. 17,000 earthworks. Yeah, 349. That's good. Oops. Yeah, this is a pretty long line. And like I said, we'll get most of the money back because once we are done with this mission, we don't need these lines anymore. So what I'm going to do is go down to here. Okay. So we put signals. We do a bunch of supply towers. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so then we'll do the same thing. Set up a rail line from Louisville to, don't take anything other than weapons. Run full. Go down to Jackson. And on the way back, you can pick up whatever you want. Okay, so we'll do a dragon. Actually, we'll do, okay, so this is going to be a while. So what I'm going to do now is expand this to do more, right? So we need to expand this one. We need to buy this first. We have money, so we can just buy this. Bump up the production. Go here and bump up this production as well. So we need 1.6 weapons. We need 1.6 chemicals. We're supplying that. The coal should be okay. The iron should be okay, and lumber should be okay. Actually, we can bump up the lumber too. You can see. So we should have plenty of lumber. And this has enough material for all this. So we should be supplying or pumping these out fairly well, fairly quickly. Okay, in the meantime, let's go back and finish what we started here. So we have the beer industry here. We have the meat here. Let's run a line from here. Like that. And then go down to the second one. Okay, so we'll just cross over like this and like that. Okay, so let's do it like this. Yeah, this is an expensive line, but that's okay. Okay, there we go. I think we lowered the cost some. Okay, 160. And then let's double track that.
The recruits have arrived in Knoxville and Jackson. That is a massive boost for our troops.
Okay, so we transported 2,000 passengers. I forgot about that. But so we have achieved that. We're already in 8 weapons into Knoxville. We should be pumping weapons to Jackson as we speak. So hopefully the first train should be ready to leave really soon.
Have been critical of my dealings with Treasury notes.
Yeah, there we go.
Well,
The first one is going out.
have to buy these newspapers up.
And we'll do a second one as well, and that should load. In the meantime, this should come back. This train's coming back. This should get loaded. See, this is bringing beer nicely. I'm sorry, meat to here. That should help this grow as well. Louisville is still growing nicely. In the meantime, okay, so we have this, which we're not using. We have running, okay, we need to run logs to Indianapolis. We have to do a lot. Okay, so let's get going. Let's get cracking on this. So we have Louisville here. Okay, I'm going to put another train station here. And then I'm going to run a line from here to there. So like that, because we need to supply. Otherwise, this won't supply. 18%. Oh boy, this is not a good. All right. Oh, you know what? I don't need this. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't need this at all because I have a meat industry right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this train station. I'm going to expand this station. You know what? I can put another one on this side, I think. Small train station. Just put one right right there, and then put one right here, and then run a line from here to here. It's going to be a short run, which is nice. The shorter the run, okay. The shorter the run, we get the same amount of money, right? The payout is the same, so you want to keep the runs short. Okay, why is this not working? Okay, signals. Why is this not working? Okay. Signals. What? What in the world is going on here? Why am I not able to put signals? Okay, this one is working. Okay, so put a supply tower here. Okay, run a couple of lines from here to here. Automatic. Dragon. Conductor. Nah. Yeah, we can run a conductor. And then 2 lines, and then 2 lines this way. So that's good. Okay, and then why am I not able to run lines to here? Okay, they want me to pay a bonus. That's fine. Supply tower. Signals. Why can't I put signals here? Interesting. Interesting. Come on, it's taking way too long. There we go. Okay. We run a second line from here. Like that. Okay. Supply tower. And then run a train line, freight only, run full, down to, oops, here, add, oops, conductor, no, we don't need a conductor here. Add a locomotive, Rensselaer, okay. Okay, so you can see how we can get sugar into here as well, right? So let's just do that. We have a connection bonus for this. So let's just get okay, things are breaking down. Let's do this first. Get some money out of this. And what I'm going to do is run this right into here. Okay. Okay. Let's run signals again. Come on, guys. Make it harder. Okay, so we'll run freight only from here, run full down to this place, and we'll run Rensselaers, engineers. We'll do 2 trains. So that should keep Louisville growing nicely. Okay, so where are we with our tasks? So Jackson is done. So Knoxville should be arriving shortly. and we are at about 40 minutes to this episode. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end it right here as soon as this chapter is done. This should unload now, and 10, 11, and 12. There we go. So what I'm going to do now is just save this. I think this is a good stopping point because the last two missions, or the three missions, or how many ever we have, are pretty long. So we'll pick that up. It's more tedious, right? Because we have to get, and we have to grow Atlanta as well. So I'm giving it away a little bit. But so I'm going to save at this point. I think we're at 40 minutes, which is a good stopping point, and we are well on track. So what I'm going to do is just say campaign for YouTube. Okay, save this, and we'll pick it up in the next mission. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Please share the video, like, subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you think, if there's any area I need to improve, that I need to improve in. Okay, thank you, and I'll see you again in part 2 of campaign 4 of Railway Empire. Until then, take care.